Hello, hello! Welcome to Gizmedia's first Zoom call for learning how to use the newsletter. So excited to go through it. I do have the content planned out for this Zoom call to be going over the Valentine's Day newsletter, walking through how to use it with ChatGPT to make your own newsletter, and then going into how to design graphics with ChatGPT to make imaging for newsletters. And I know that some people don't even know who I am, never met me in person, and some of you do. So let's dive in. There are 2 pages that you'll need to have pulled up on your computer, and the first one would be ChatGPT, and the second one would be the newsletter itself with the Valentine's Day content. So on this month's newsletter, we have the newsletter for all 3 bear personas. Bear personas are just my personas for the different type of agent. I like to say that I'm turning your marketing experience into a shopping experience. I like this, I don't like that, I like this, I don't like that, toss, keep, throw. So whenever we're going to be doing this, we have the Papa Bear first. So we're going to copy and paste all the way down to the pink button, and then we're going to go over into ChatGPT, and we're going to say write, this is the only part you have to write a newsletter from the following. And then if you wanted to be an even better student, an even better output to receive, you're going to say write a newsletter from the following for my marketing. If you're paying for ChatGPT, it has a memory, probably knows what market you're working in, and it probably knows that you're a real estate agent just from the context of the content that you're inputting into the system. So knowing that it has a memory with you, you're going to ask for a newsletter for your marketing, and you're not going to get the same exact thing as another agent who is going to copy and paste my exact prompt, because the memory is going to affect the output. I'm going to create a tab. This tab is the best tab. If you can see which one that is, it is the square versus, you have the parenthesis. This comes from my psychology life, so we want this one. To write a newsletter for my marketing, I'm going to create the tab, I'm going to hit paste. Then here's the newsletter structure. I'm going to go all the way down to the end, which my cursor is already at. So then I'm going to hit the next, close out that tab button, and then I'm going to hit enter. So this is the Papa Bear prompt. So the tone should have a bit more of a, what is the specific term that I gave, an advisor with authority, versus when we go to the Mama Bear, it's going to be really focused on more of a connector and nurturer. If I didn't like this title, just jumping in right now to refinement, if I didn't like this title is a newsletter title, and we know that we're doing email marketing, whether you're using ActivePipe or whatever you're using for your email marketing. So one thing that I can say is generate a list of titles for the newsletter that are highly engaged and clickable on email marketing. And I'm saying generate a list. I could give it a number. Sometimes I like to just say generate a list and see how many they give me. And then I'm also going to make that into race. So that was actually my action. So I'm going to say act as a copywriter. It's always good to have just roles in the back of your head, but in another time together, I'll go over a really great way for hacking how to get roles. But for now, just keep in mind some roles that you'd like to throw out there whenever you're making your race format. So act as a copywriter, generate a list of titles for the newsletter that are highly engaged and clickable on email marketing. And then on my context, I'm going to say for the newsletter, wrote. And then for my expectation is, do you want it short? Do you normally do it short? Do you have a thing that you normally do? Do you have an age demographic that you're like mainly hitting? That's a great expectation. So like if I knew that all my people on my sphere of influence on my email marketing are Gen X, I'm gonna say my demographic is Gen X. So then we get a list, and it's going to be emotional and nostalgic hooks, curiosity and driven, marketing insights and authority. So this is where the shopping experience comes in. So I'm just going to look and I'm just going to go yes, no, yes, no. And you can say, Gabby, there's such thing as too many ideas and I'm overwhelmed. And so it's like, okay, you're overwhelmed with how many there are. Just say that I only want 3 options. Just say I only want 3 options. And I want the strongest ones for, what do you want from this communication with them? Do you want lead conversion? Say it. Do you want just them to like feel good and call you after and like just tell you how great your newsletter was? Say that. And if you're a, somebody who just wants to be impressive and just like kind of like flashy, say that. So the idea is I only want 3 options and I want the strongest ones for lead conversion. I'm sure that's all what you want mainly. So I'm going to say that. And then it's going to generate and sometimes it's great for priming to make the computer come up with a bunch of options and then refine itself. So that process is good too. And now it's even outlining for me why it's a good one, which makes my shopping experience much more educated. So that's great. So for example, the one that we got whenever we wrote the newsletter at first is Home is Where Love Grows, a Valentine's Day reflection. Cute, fine, whatever, but not very clickable, I would say, for the email marketing, which is why I immediately jumped into this. So whenever I made that, we got like a whole bunch, and you can be like, Gabby, that's too many. It's fine. So then we asked for only 3 for the thing that we actually want out of the marketing. So is your home still the one? Oh, that's kind of cute. I like that one actually. Is your home still the one? I think that's great. I think you could end it there. It has like, or is it time for an upgrade? But whatever. So it plays on the relationship metaphor, creating curiosity and prompting reflection on the current home situation. Is your home still the one? That's so cute. That's a winner for me. Okay, gotta read the rest. Love where you live. Here's what you need to know about the market. That one's like very strong for people who would want like that market update. If you're like heavy packing into the market update, that one's good. Like that's for the people who are like really thinking about buying and they're like, thank you, yes, this is what I want. Thinking of moving this year, let's talk over coffee. That one's very direct. Like there is no Valentine's Day vibes there. It is low pressure, and like getting a coffee is kind of Valentine's Day-y, but like professional, very professional. I am like in love with number 1. My shopping experience, I would pick number 1. But this is what I love, is that I would have chosen number 1, but the whole point is you're gonna get all these things and then you get to choose. So that control freak in you gets to be happy, but I still get to be helpful. You get it? You get the marketing vibe. So this is the process. This is the flow. Okay. Now we're gonna go back up here. We're gonna read this newsletter. Valentine's Day is more than roses and candlelit dinners. It's about the spaces where love truly flourishes. A home is more than the walls and the square footage. It's a backdrop to life's most meaningful moments, from quiet mornings over coffee to laughter-filled gatherings with family and friends. Our homes hold the stories of our deepest connections. So cute. Okay, so they started us really warm. So if we're looking at this, I am in my prompt. It just says my city. So you can literally copy and paste this exactly how it is, and it's gonna do your city because you use it and it has a memory, so it knows where you live. So whether or not you find that creepy, that's besides the point. You're using it for your business, so it's helpful. It's your assistant. Austin's most romantic spots for Valentine's Day. So that was part of our segments that we're going to have. So we're going to do the community spotlight. And so it's going to give the list of the best date nights or unique Valentine's Day experiences that people can do in the market. So then it gives me a list of restaurant, and it gives me a spot like a sunset picnic. It gives me a speakeasy jazz night and a romantic dream home. Love that they just threw that in the end there, don't ya? Because that's good for sales. Okay, so we got the list of a restaurant option. We're not overwhelming them. We're just giving some good solids. If you knew one that was better, let's say if you have like a buddy who owns a restaurant and you're like, all right, this is a great place to plug in my buddy, especially if he gets your newsletter, you know, get that brownie point. So then let's say that you want to change out that restaurant to be for my friend's restaurant. So then you could just write, edit the, well, actually, let's be very specific about this. They made a nice little update. So you see that button? It says edit in Canvas. It has the little sparkle next to the pencil. Yep, we're gonna click on that one. Okay, so now we're working just on this newsletter. So when we're in this portion, we're only working on this and we're gonna see it change, and it's gonna be like, so we're gonna see the final version on this side. And this is where we prompt on this side. And then we're gonna say edit the, and I would suggest not doing them one at a time. I would just create a list of edits that you have while you're reading and then input them all at the same time. So like write your notes in the chatbot, or you can write your notes on the Notes app, and maybe in the Notes app on your computer, or just like in an email, or just on a Word doc, whatever you want, if you wanted to do it externally and then copy and paste it into the chatbot, whatever you like. Okay, so we want to edit the restaurant option for Valentine's Day. I want to promote the restaurant, and then I'm gonna put the restaurant name. Edit the restaurant option for Valentine's Day. I want to promote the restaurant Austin Uchiko on Lamar. Write a nice segment. So when I'm looking at this, it only has a sentence. That could be also something if you wanted like multiple sentences, but sometimes less is better. So write a nice sentence about the restaurant. And do you see how many red lines I have? I always spell things wrong, and it always knows what I'm saying. It's great. I recently got logged out of my Grammarly, and I need to log back in, and it's a pain, but it's okay, I live. Okay, so that's my first edit. I'm also going to say, because I'm going to give a list of edits, here are my list of edits. Here are my list of edits. And I did the little colon. And then I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna give it little, I'm gonna be organized for them. I'm gonna make it bullet points for them too. Make it their lives easier. I'm not the type to use please and thank you all the time, ChatGPT, but if that's your vibe, you know, this is just another version of that. You know, you gotta be organized for them. They can totally read your unstructured paragraph, but structuring it helps them too. Okay, love and real estate, a market update. So obviously the market update is not going to be super strong. It's going to be a little fluffy. And so I give you the fluff, but your business and what you know best is your market. And so this is your time to shine and add in your little bit. So in your edits, you could be like, add this for your market update, and then like write your little paragraph that you want to add in. But it would keep it in the same, because we already have this whole thing set up at the beginning. It's going to keep it in that same structured tone that the rest of the newsletter is in. So without any effort on your part, you don't have to go into the psychological toning where you want to have authority and be an advisor. It's already going to hit that. The housing market, much like love, is about timing and connection. So it's telling you to add it. And so you would add it in, and then for those considering a move, this is the season of opportunity, whether it's upgrading to a dream home, downsizing for a new chapter, or investing in a property that aligns with long-term vision. Fluff, fluff, fluff. But good fluff. It's not bad fluff. It's fluff. Anyhow. And then it adds a little curious about what this means for you. I'm here to help you navigate the possibilities with expert guidance and a clear strategy. Love it. We keep you top of mind to reach out to you. So let's talk real estate over coffee. Last bit. Whether you're considering a move this year or just want to stay informed about the market, I'd love to connect. No pressure, just a conversation about what's happening and how it might align with your goals. Let's grab coffee or a virtual chat. My treat. Simply reply to this email and we'll find a time that works for you. Wishing you a Valentine's season filled with joy, love, and the comfort of home. The comfort of home. And honestly, that's sometimes you can pull, especially from the first and the last few sentences of newsletters, that's your social media bit. Like, wishing you a Valentine's season filled with love, joy, and the comfort of home. Boom. Right there. That's your caption for social media. If you post like just a picture of you and your family, you and your dog, boom. Boom. Especially from the newsletter, which is more on the professional side. So it's kind of like that balancing an outfit. You know, if you're wearing like something really casual on the top, but you want to wear professional pants, that's the vibe where it's like, okay, my picture is really casual, but then make the caption professional and then mix match. So if you have a really professional post, you want to match it with a like trendy, non-personal caption. Hot take. That's a hot take. So that was our Papa Bear one. We're just going to move along into the Mama Bear. It's not going to be as long because obviously we just did it. I'm going to go into a new chat so that my previous comments do not affect. So also just to note, because some of you, this may be the first time you're seeing the inside of this newsletter. So this was the newsletter, and then for each one, you guys all got the same downloadable videos. You click on the link, it takes you to the Dropbox, and there's 3 videos for you to choose from. They're mainly ones for your story, but you can definitely put it as a reel. No problem there. And so that's why I'm going to teach you how to put songs onto your stories, and we'll get to that point. Okay, so then we're going to go back into my... And then I put in suggestions even so you don't even have to think about, so you'll know how to do it, but then you can just write in one of these that you like. If you know the song Love by Nat King Cole. And then this one, and there's actually links to it. Oh yeah, if it's pink, it's a link. So, Dangerously in Love is super cute, and it's a harp cover. Very classy. I thought it was very... classy. Okay. Anywho, now we're gonna go into the Mama Bear. So each one has different song suggestions that kind of matches the persona. Going into her prompt, I'm gonna copy and paste all the way down to the pink button. All right. Perfect. Gonna go into ChatGPT and I'm gonna say write a newsletter from the following for my marketing. I'm gonna add this parenthesis, not the curvy one. We want the boxy one. All right. Gonna close it out at the end, and I'm gonna hit enter. Home is where the heart is. I just knew that was gonna be the title. I just knew it. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time because honestly, I do feel like titles, especially on email marketing, are so important. A bad email title will definitely tank your engagement rate for opens, and especially whenever you're doing a holiday email, because from that email they can tell if you actually put time into it. And where home is where the heart is, it just sounds so commercial. It sounds so copy and paste, so I don't want it. I really don't. So I'm gonna say generate a list of ideas that the title, or generate a list of titles, email titles that would have high engagement and opens on Valentine's Day. Okay. And my prompting is never the exact same, but I always race. So I'm going to say act as a copywriter. And so for my context, say that I want it to be short and sweet. And then my expectation is my audience is in the age demographic of Gen Y. So last time I said Gen X, this time we're gonna say Gen Y. It's gonna come up with different things. We're gonna get our list. There she goes. Personal and heartfelt. Real estate with a romantic twist. Fun and engaging. Oh wow, the fun and engaging one is like such marketing. Not demure, very in your face. Okay. Okay, great. Now, I only want 3 options. It's to convert warm leads into buyers, or maybe you want warm leads into sellers. So I only want 3 options. The best to convert warm leads into buyers, but maybe you want sellers. So let's say sellers. So I said buyers, or sorry, I said sellers. So I am thinking of selling. The market loves homes like yours. Cute. Your home could be someone's perfect match. That's kind of cute. Love where you live. Buyers will too. Let's talk. Oh, number 3 is it for me. Number 3 is it. You know, this is the shopping experience, my favorite part. Just get a list and then you just choose what you like. Love where you live. Buyers will too. Let's talk. So cute. Okay. And then we're just going to dive in, and I'm just going to show you quickly what the vibe is inside the newsletter. It's very different than the other one. I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Whether you've trusted me with your home search, shared a coffee chat about the market trends, or simply followed along on this journey, I appreciate you. My work isn't just about real estate. It's about the people who make every house feel like a place where you love and life truly happens. Do you hear that paragraph right there? I would start with that. I would delete that one, honestly. I would start right there. You know, that's the shopping in me, you know, but that's the refinement that you're gonna do. That paragraph right there, that's pretty gold. And it took us no time at all. It took us more time to get to it than it took time to make it. You know what I mean? So for you to get that in however many seconds, I think that's worth $45, but that's just me selling. Okay. So then we go into the first segment, a story about love and home. A few years ago, I worked with a couple who were searching for a forever home. They weren't looking for the biggest house or the trendiest features. It would be kind of cute if that was like how you found your home and you kind of like threw that in at the end. That would be kind of cute. But here's like where you could put the edit of, so we're going to go down here, click on our little pencil with a star. Perfect. So that brings us over here so we can see it in that clear setting where it's like this is the final version, and here's our little chat over here. And so in our chat, we're going to talk about our edits. Here are my list of edits. Tab. Add in this story too. I'm going to actually say replace, not add. Replace this story in the segment, and then I'm going to put in the subtitle a story about love and home. And then I'm going to put that little dot, and then I'm going to put a little parenthesis. I'm going to put in my little story that I actually want to use. So if you actually had a buyer or a seller that had a great story, I'm going to put that in there. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Great. Love it. Amazing. Next edit going on, and DIY Valentine's Day home project. So that was our segment that we were going to add in here. So that's what I chose to do for you. I think it's cute. Very Mama Day related, because that's my personas. Anywho, and this is something where, because it takes no time at all, you could do all 3 prompts. You could do the Papa Bear prompt, you could do the Mama Bear prompt, and the Baby Bear one, and shop. So say that you really like the segment about the different restaurants and you don't like this DIY, but you really like the intro of the Mama Bear. Mix them together. That might sound hard, but the idea is just pull up a separate doc, like a Word doc, and you can just copy, paste, delete, and you have all the ones to go back to. So if you need to find it, you can go back into the ChatGPT to look at the original versions, and then you can go over into the Word doc to work on your own final version. So this is something that you can mix and match and find whatever you like the best. Or if you want to put no effort in at all, you can just choose one prompt for the one persona. So for this one, Valentine's Day, celebrate the love inside your home with a simple, heartfelt project, the love jar. Say that I didn't like this. It's cute, like the setup is cute, but like I didn't like the DIY project. So my edit on the other side will be write a new DIY project. You could say make it luxury, make it for little kids if you know everyone has little kids, or if you want to have it be like older teenagers, for teenagers. So that would be kind of like what you would put. The more specific you are with your edits, the better. But if you just said write a new DIY project, it would just write a new DIY project. And if you had a specific one in mind, tell it. And then it ends with, let's stay connected. Whatever you're thinking about moving, curious about the market, or just want to chat about your dream home. And then gives the ending. So that's Mama Bears. You list out your stuff, and like I said, you can shop around. If you really like something in the Papa Bear one that wasn't in the Mama Bear one, you can kind of mix and mingle and create a new one. And then going into the Baby Bear, got 3 different songs for the Mama Bear. Highly suggest the song Beanie, it's trending. Yes. Baby Bear, copy, paste. You know what we're doing at this point, all the way down to the pink button. Write a newsletter from the following for my marketing. Oop. Square parenthesis. Close it out with another square parenthesis. All right. This one's high energy. This one's pop culture infused. This one is very trendy. Okay, they knew already that we wanted this, so just pulled it up like that. That's so nice of them. If it does that, don't freak out. It's okay. You know what's up. You know what's up. It's okay. Just hit that exit button if you don't want to be here. It's okay. Okay. So we want to be here, so we're going to stay. We're going to look at the top. Just going to give you a quick look into the vibe of how this one flows. So it's that time of the year again when love is in the air and the DMs are full of you up texts. We're being funny. We're being funny. All right. And Cupid's got nothing on today's real estate market. Whether you're swiping right on a new home or just manifesting your dream space, I'm here to play real estate matchmaker, because let's be real, finding the perfect home is a lot like finding the perfect partner. Good bones, great location, and no red flags. Dang! I love that. Like if I got a realtor who sent me that, love it. I will say out of all of them, Baby Bear is like the Gen Z marketing. And so it hit with me. Hit with me. That would hit. Okay. So most Instagrammable Valentine's Day spots in your city. So this was the segment for the Baby Bear. And if you even want to do all 3, you wanted the DIY project, the Instagrammable spots, and the best date spots, go after it. Do it. So most Instagrammable Valentine's Day spots in your city. Want to give your followers the main kind of. So this one did not pick up that I was in Austin, so I would just put in my edits that I'm doing. Over here, edits for the newsletter. Generate a list. I would say fill out, because this kind of like leaves it empty. You see how it like has the square boxy parentheses? Yes, so I'm going to say fill out the most Instagrammable spots for the city of Austin. You're going to put in your city, fill that out, and then we'll fill it out for you. And if you know a specific spot, you're going to put that in right now and be like, make sure to include the I love you sign. I already know it's going to be there, but it's okay. If you knew like a really discreet one that like maybe isn't totally mainstream and on Google, that's where you would like make sure to mention it. Market buzz, love is hot, and so is real estate. Forget situationships. This market is committed to keeping you on your toes. Here's the tea. Interest rates are like your ex, fluctuating but still worth keeping an eye on. The latest drop, a sign it might be time to make a move. Home prices are steady, but the best listings are moving fast. Think of it like scoring a last-minute dinner reservation at that one impossible-to-get restaurant. You gotta act quick. Sellers are throwing in incentives like Valentine's Day chocolates. I'm talking closing cost assistance, rate buy-downs, and maybe even a kitchen upgrade. Moral of the story, if you've been on the fence, this might be your just text first moment in real estate. This is so cute. I love the baby bear one. I'm not surprised. I am a baby bear. Okay. Thinking about buying, selling, or just curious about what's out there, let's make a no pressure, totally fun chat. Send me a DM. I would say that this closing is not the strongest. It's a little loosey-goosey, and maybe it'd be better to mix match in like a Papa Bear closing or a Mama Bear closing into this full thing. But bonus, send me a pic of your visit to any of the Instagrammable spots above, and I'll repost the best ones. Now you see, that right there is so good. If you were going to post the Instagrammable spots, you should include that because everyone loves higher exposure, especially if you're an Instagram real estate baddie who has a lot of followings. A person hears that and they're like, oh wait, I would love to be reposted on your 20K following page. Oh, I would love to be reposted with your 7K following. A lot of people don't even have 1K. And if you don't, even if you don't, maybe somebody just loves the idea that you were like offering. The fact that you were even offering to repost them is just so kind, and they would love that. But if you know that's not the vibe of your community, you don't have to put it. But I think it's really thoughtful. Great thing to include. Until next time, stay fabulous and keep manifesting your dream home. Ding! That's the vibe. Okay, anywho. Super cute. That one's my favorite. Anywho, so that's the bears. This is what you get from just copying and pasting. I have not made my edits. I wrote down edit examples so that you know you can edit. And it's not going to come out the exact same for you as it did for me, but it's going to come out pretty close. Okay, so generating a cover image. Let's do that. Okay, so we're going to do that with this one. So we're going to stay in the same chat that we're working on. So here's our newsletter whenever we're looking in the chat. So it like keeps it kind of short, and so that when I'm looking at our chat, I can see other things. It's great. So I have my little edits, and I'm actually going to put in this edit because it's going to help for the next step. So I told it to fill out the city of Instagrammable spots for Austin. So this is how it edits. See how it's going to fade, and then it's going to like come back into the screen with the updated version. Cute. I like their spots. Okay. Exit out. I don't need to be in there anymore, but I wanted that to be updated before I ask for the next part, which is going to be the generated cover image. So I'm going to say, generate, it's so simple, generate a image. Keywords, gotta start there. Generate an image, oh, it's an image for the newsletter. That is, okay, you guys may or may not be into art. Maybe not. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna Google type art styles. Pop art, cubism, surrealism, art deco, art nouveau, expressionism, minimalism, abstract expression. If you had a favorite in that list, this is where the shopping experience goes into it. If you had a favorite, you're going to say that favorite. I'm going to say pop art because pop art to me correlates with Valentine's Day. Generate an image for the newsletter. That is pop art. I'm going to say cover image. And it's just going to, if you have paid version, then this is going to work. If you don't have the paid version, I don't know if this would work or not. I don't know if their DALL-E system is restricted to paid or if they just restrict your number of prompts. It's definitely pop arty, but it's not sophisticated enough. So that's what I'm going to tell it. Regenerate. Okay, so this is coming from my experience with writing this, that I'm able to come up with this so quickly. But if you didn't know what to do, you can always ask ChatGPT. But here's what I wrote. Regenerate with a sophisticated and luxury feel includes cinematic lighting. I just wanted to get them started in a vibe, see what's happening. I like the love at first sight listing. And do you see that? You know, they spell things right now. Things are spelled correctly. It's crazy. And also, they got the city of Austin. See how I wanted to fix that it was Austin? They got the little building that was recognizable, but it's not really perfect, but they did at least a little try. All right, this is what we got next. Still pop art, a little bit more sophisticated, has that Hollywood cinematic vibe. Okay. Now say I really want to be on brand with my colors. Say that your brokerage has a specific blue. All right, this might be a little too, this could be too much for you guys. I don't know. Do you know what hex codes are? Do you know what hex codes are? Girl. I don't know if you do or not, but the idea that hex codes are like paint, you know, whenever you're looking at Pantone's colors, and then there's that specific color code to get the paint color that you want. The computer has those as well, and it's called hex, H-E-X. So, I have on deck on Canva always my colors that are my brand colors. Colors over here. If we click on this rainbow button, boop, right there, that's our hex code. So I really want this color in it. Gonna copy, and then I'm gonna say regenerate with these colors only. So I'm gonna put in my little square parenthesis, hex code that one. I'm gonna go into my pink because I do want a pink, and a pink is in mine. But say your brokerage has a specific blue. You can ask your marketing team for those hex codes and just keep them on your desk and on a little sticky note. I'm also gonna give it a dark color, and I'm also gonna add white, which is, if you ever need white, it's just FFFFF, but I'm gonna copy and paste it because I always forget how many F's. All right, and then I'm gonna close that parenthesis, and I'm gonna hit enter, and it's gonna regenerate for me in the specific colors that I asked for. I did not ask for any changes to the graphic though, so if that's something that I want, I would have to ask. Oh, the card has like a random wheel. Okay, so obviously there's problems with the realistics, but I like the card being like old and fancy. With a cottage style home and a luxury car. Here, but so we're modern. Now, okay, here's the next part. You see how it's a square? It's gonna naturally come out as squares always whenever you're using ChatGPT. So we have to ask for the specific dimensions. Usually with any newsletters on email marketing, we want landscape. So basically I'm gonna say regenerate landscape dimension. Landscape dimension. Boom, 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 boom. Loading. Pictures do take longer to load than chats sometimes. Just a thought. And also they do limit you if you were to like give it 5 edits in a row really fast. It probably wouldn't let you do more than 10 in a row. They would tell you you're doing it too fast, but you wouldn't be restricted for that long. Oh, so cute. They spelled love wrong, but that could be something that I request again. But image-wise, that's my favorite one so far. Chef's kiss. Very pop art, very luxury, has all my colors. Beautiful. And then if you had the problem with the letters, you would just have to ask for it again, but don't even mention the letters because sometimes they get it right and sometimes they get it wrong. And it's really not worth the hassle, but I'm gonna try right now for an example just to see how. Regenerate with these exact words on the sign. Okay, we're gonna pretend I'm a real estate agent for a second. Love at first listing. Agent They even put like a sun visor on the car. They in Austin, for sure, for sure. Oof, yeah. But they got Gabby right. It don't look cute. All right, this is if you were really, really wanting that. Oh, why'd they write on the car? That's so terrible. I'm just gonna say try again. Make the text luxury. My favorite word. Oh my gosh. That's not bad. I really like this top part. They did good on that. That's cute. So, you know, you have the ability to keep asking for what you want. Text, the more words you have on an image, the bigger issues you have. You cannot really control fully if it looks good or not. Sometimes you just kind of get lucky. It's like a jackpot vibe. But they are getting really better at spelling. But whenever you do add words, like you can get random words in different places. So sometimes it's best to stay away, but I am very impressed by this. That's cute. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. And then I'm going to add a quick segment on how to add music to your stories, and I'm going to do that on my phone. So I'm just going to switch over in my recording. So thank you so much for watching or being here. Well, no one was here at this one, but that's okay. I very much appreciate your viewership on my Substack. Don't be afraid of me. I'm very Gibby. I'm very Gabby, very Gibby, very relatable. Can you say that about yourself? I don't know. I'm hyping myself up anyway. So yes. Thank you. I hope this was helpful in being able to see the return that you get on the investment with the subscription, and also shows you how to use this process, because it's so much easier than having to do everything from scratch, and I want to save you time and make your life a lot easier. I think this is really fun content for you to do for your newsletter for Valentine's Day. I really like the Instagrammable spots. That's a vibe, especially if you're selling to younger Gen Y or Gen Zs. But if you're selling to Gen X or baby boomers, the date night one, super cute, super classy. I definitely think if you have families, the DIY project, and if you wanted all three, do it. Do it, yes. I cannot wait for next week. There's going to be a really good strategy we'll talk about. I'll see you later, and thank you. I appreciate your support, and I look forward to catching up with you. Let's chat again soon. Bye.